Yay! We're at 100 episodes, kinda, almost. Technically, I've only done 99, but it really snuck up on me, this 100th episode time, and I really wanted to do something special for it. It was actually about 50 episodes ago, almost a year ago, that we did the last Q&A, so I felt it was time for another. Please excuse my voice, it's Oregon, there's allergies and there's fires. I'm a little scritchy right now. So, thank you to those of you that left a question. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let's get to it. What's your favorite technique/move? I think my favorite is Pak Sao. It seems to be pretty much my go-to. It's either that or Tanda. I do a lot of Tandas. I like having my hands open because my whole structure feels more relaxed, and it's really easy to change into a fist too, so it's really nice for training, because that way I feel like I'm less likely to hurt my partner, because switching to a fist is easier. If my fingertips are out, I don't slice them with my nails or poke their eyes out. I mean, this one time I was chi-saoing with Si-heng senpai, and I accidentally palm-heeled his eye. Palm heel. Right in the eyeball. That hurts, I imagine. And his eye started watering, and I almost started crying because I was like, oh my god, I hit him and I made him hurt. I feel so bad, and I'm still kind of nervous about doing going free with Chi Sao to this day. I feel bad. But yeah, Pak Sao is probably my favorite. What is your proudest moment while learning Wing Chun? It's hard to say because I'm not usually a very proud person, but I think when I finally got some muscles from our really intense conditioning class, we have a conditioning class for bulking up muscles in the right spots for Wing Chun, you know. Yeah, it made me pretty happy. I kind of miss my muscles. We haven't been doing a lot of conditioning, because for a while it was just me and Si-heng. They were the only people who wanted to do it. All the other students who liked it, got too busy with life, and it was just kind of like, okay, if there's only 2 people here, we're not going to have the class. But we're starting it up again soon, so hopefully I get my muscles back. I guess in general with Kung Fu, I'm pretty proud. I was really proud of myself when I figured out how to do a flower with the spear. It's when you're spinning around and stuff, it's very disorienting and kind of difficult to get a handle on what you're supposed to be doing to make a flower. So when I finally figured it out, I was really proud of myself. To Wing Chun, what is your favorite soft drink? Usually I go for colas, but if it's not that, it's Mountain Dew. Voltage, Baja Blast, and Code Red are my favorites. If you could be any warrior in history, what would you be? Example, Viking, Samurai, Spartan, etc. Well, I'm not really well versed in historical warriors and such, so I like the Cynthian aesthetic. That's usually how I choose something when I have nothing else to go on. Are you paying too much for your car insurance? Yes. Yes, I am. Have you ever used your skills in real life? Thankfully, no. This is a very common question I get when people hear I do martial arts. Being a woman, a smallish woman, and the area where I go to school is not really the best. It's kind of creepy. It's known for having a lot of interesting characters hanging about. But, you know, luckily I've never been attacked. I think part of it could be due to my kind of creepy, intimidating thinking face. And I think also when you know that you can take care of yourself, you have some self-defense skills, that you've practiced with bigger people, and you're used to having fists coming towards your face and things, you have a little bit more self-confidence that you can handle yourself, and I think that makes you look like you're less of an easy target. So my aura is my first line of defense. Hopefully no one can penetrate that. So who will you kill with your adorableness? Everyone! Woo! Kill me. Do you have any after ritual training? I typically bought a water bottle or something. A ritual besides just going home and sleeping or buying groceries and cooking dinner? Not so much. A lot of us, after class, we'd like to loiter about and chat for a while. And a couple years ago, we used to go out and get dinner or lunch once in a while. We usually went to like Chinese restaurants because that was like Sifu's favorite. But since all the Chinese restaurants closed, all the owners opened the restaurants at about the same time, and now they're retiring all at the same time. So there aren't really any well-established Chinese restaurants in the area, so we don't go out for meals together as often. It was kind of sad, but it was a nice little thing to do once in a while. I usually just do adult things like buying ingredients to make dinner. It's fun. Adulting, yay! Favorite game? Oh, this is such a hard choice. Oh no. It's really hard to say. I have a couple games that are just my favorites for a bunch of different reasons. So Final Fantasy VIII was probably the first game I was like really into growing up. I had a lot of fun with it. Let's see. I really like the creativity in Ratchet and Clank. I really want to do a Ratchet cosplay one of these days. I think that would be super cool. I just love the creature designs, the world designs. It's just, a fun game to just play when you don't want to think too hard. I love American McGee's Alice. That everything about that game is just my aesthetic. I love, like, you wouldn't tell it by looking at my comics, but I really love creepy things. I really love creepy art. It's a lot of fun to draw, but I don't draw it very often. And then I think Portal 2. I don't know, guys. I can't pick a favorite, but Portal 2 is a lot of fun. I don't know. It's science. It's science, and it too is kind of creepy. Just a little creepy, Sorry, I can't just pick one. Oh yeah, Kingdom Hearts. I really like that one too. Oh. Dorkiest / silliest thing you've ever done while practicing a move or routine? You must at least have one moment. Sorry to say, but I really don't think I do. I take my kung fu very, very seriously. I outsourced this one. I asked, like, do you know what? Does anybody know what I've done that's silly? And outside of using a silly voice or making a face once in a while practicing, I haven't really. I don't think I've done anything dorky or silly in class. I mean, if you want to see like weird or embarrassing things, you just gotta read my comic. I put everything in my comics. Just keep reading, stay in sub for more ridiculousness. Oh yeah. thoughts on pigeon stance. So, Yichi Kim Yon Ma is pretty tough when you're first starting. Like, my feet fell asleep a couple times, and I think a lot of times that's just because when you're learning, you're kind of doing it wrong. And of course, you haven't done it before, so your muscles are working in ways that they don't normally work. But if you're standing wrong, you're gonna make it hurt more. Your knees really shouldn't hurt if you're doing it correctly. There's a lot of little tiny energies that spiral about in such a way that you're balanced and it doesn't hurt your joints. If your muscles are sore, that's fine. Build that up, but you don't want your knees to hurt. If your knees hurt, you gotta check on something. And when I started doing Tai Chi, it was about 1.5 years after I had started Wing Chun, and that was like 6 months into the advanced class for me. And our Tai Chi really focuses on structure, because it really alleviates a lot of arthritic pain that a lot of students come to the school for, to seek relief with the Tai Chi. And just learning how to hold your body, keep everything in line, keep your joints open, and keep the chi flowing. It just really helps with flow, and it made my Wing Chun just so much better. It made it so much more solid because I understand how my body should move and what should be connected in order to get a really good flow of power, if that makes sense. The statement is false. Would that be true? Will there be another performance act or another play about Kung Fu history? Oh! Not this year. I have plans for other comics though. Trick and Treat is, it needs to get updated, I think. So I'm going to be working on that for a while. I do have a book full of Kung Fu legends and stories, not just Wing Chun stories, so I could think about doing another one in the future if you guys are all interested in that idea. If you enjoyed seeing the Legend of Wing Chun, I can look into that. Now that I've actually done it and I know how much work goes into those kinds of comics, I can be a little more prepared this time around. So thank you to those who sent me some questions. You made this a really fun milestone. I cannot believe it's been 50 episodes in a little over a year. And that's really something for me, so I'm gonna give myself a little pat on the back. I deserve that once in a while. Starting next week, I'm going to be taking a break to build up my buffer again. I used it all up when I was moving house, and when I do start posting again, I won't be posting on Fridays. My work week in Kung Fu practice takes up most of Monday through Thursday. Or Sunday through Thursday, actually. So it's really hard to get any work squeezed in there in time to post on Fridays. But I'm going to move back to posting on Tuesdays because that just seems to fit with my work schedule much better. So I hope you'll all be okay with that. I'll be posting again in September, but if you'd like to keep up with me and my comics and even cosplay progress, which is another reason I really need to take a break from comics, you can follow me on Twitter. Right now that's the only social media I have that's public to everybody. I will have the odd YouTube video if I have an idea. But yeah, I hope I get to talk to you guys soon. I'll see you around. As always, thank you so much for your support. I'm grateful for each and every one of you. So take care.